Hello, this is Ariana, and today we are doing an interview. So the first question I am going to ask is, so how old were you when you thought or you knew you were different?
Well, like I said, a lot of people don't know this about me. I knew I was different probably about the age 5.
Oh, wow.
And that's a very young age. I knew that I was attracted to boys. I knew like I was really feminine. I was like a dancer and all around all these girls and raised by women. Um, so, yeah, definitely at the age of 5.
Age of 5.
And
That's
then,
pretty early, you know. 'Cause I've read a lot of things that say, 7 is an early age, but, I mean...
well, when I was in 6th grade, that's when like the first time like I actually went to school with like a bra on and
Oh, yeah? When you're in 6th grade?
yeah, and I was saying like, oh yeah, I'm a woman, I'm a girl and stuff. I got made fun of, but I just did it because I felt like I was meant to be a girl.
Yeah, so you identified as Jessie?
Yeah,
back
I was
then?
Jessie, but go both ways.
That's
Girl
what
and
I was
boy name.
saying. It is a girl and boy name. Let's move on to the next one. So, did you express gender non-conforming ways as a child? I mean, we kind of went into that before, but like, how was it perceived by other people?
Well, my family's very supportive.
That's huge. That's huge.
Very, because like not a lot of like gays, trans, like not a lot of their families, depending how they're raised, like would accept it.
Yeah, I feel like you hear that more often than not.
Yeah, my nana and my auntie, they're like my biggest supporters.
That's awesome.
Even my cousins, like I have a cousin that's 10. She loves it.
You.
She loves it. Like she dances with me, get all pretty, do each other's makeup.
Oh, nails, that sort of thing.
Yeah, my mom, like when I came out, I was in 8th grade, and I said like, oh, I think I'm bi.
Yeah.
And then my stepdad, his Staff Sergeant Airborne Ranger, was like, boy, you were gay. And we already know this. It's nothing new.
Yeah, you didn't have to come out.
Yeah, and then when I wanted to be a woman, I started growing my hair out and stuff, and that was a little harder on them because they didn't know how to, like, being gay was one thing, but they didn't know much about being transgender.
Yeah.
So basically, I kind of just educated them throughout the years, like, this is how I am, and it took a while for my mom to call me her daughter. And like my stepdad, he calls me his daughter, but I'll always be his boy because I'm the oldest. But
yeah,
I have very supportive friends.
And so
family.
you have siblings too?
Yeah, I do. I have 6 total.
6 total, including you?
Yeah. No, that's 7.
Oh, 7, wow.
Yeah.
And you're the oldest, right?
Yeah, I have a brother and sister from my mom, and then 2 brothers, 2 sisters from my father.
Big family. That's cool though. It's always nice to have siblings and support system, and it seems like you have that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, it was hard growing up because I get made fun of because like, I grew up in a small town and like Mormons, rednecks, Mexicans.
All the above.
Yeah, all the above that are judgmental. But I held through, and a lot of people that used to make
yeah.
a lot of people that used to make fun of me when I was in high school and middle school, like
look up to you now. Probably.
Yeah, they look up to me. They're always like supporting me, and a lot of them turned gay and transgender and came out of the closet because I did.
Oh,
and
I bet that's pretty cool.
It's a huge impact.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I had a huge impact in my hometown.
Seems like you've had a huge impact on every place that you've lived in some way or another.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like when I first was living in San Antonio, I actually, when I was in college, I was in this organization called GALA. It's called the Gay and Lesbian Association, and when I was on the dance team, I was in the girls' bathroom, getting ready for, our dance recital, or not recital, this basketball game.
Yeah.
And one of the athletic people saw me in there, and she was a woman, and she said that I wasn't supposed to be in there, so I actually fought for it at the Alamo City Council and did a whole speech.
That is
and
very cool.
Last year, they actually passed it where, I can actually use a girl's bathroom, and no one can say shit about it.
Yeah.
Like, I could be like, hi,
Yeah.
I'm transgender, I have a dick, I'm in the girls' bathroom. But guess what? I appear
It's
as a
okay.
woman, I'm not bothering anybody, so I'm going to do my
You're doing your own
business.
thing.
Can't do...
Yeah, we've talked about that in class, how, it really affects, people get harassed and, watch going into public bathrooms.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I didn't realize it, but there's like apps and like websites where you can find like a family bathroom, you know.
Yeah,
so
or unisex or something.
Yeah. So
Like,
I mean, that's something that I've never even considered. So
I thought it was kind of dumb how just the lady was like, oh no, you need to use the boys' bathroom. It's like, okay.
How does it affect you? Why?
I said, well, if the girls are not saying anything if I'm in the girls' bathroom, what do you think the guys are going to say when they see someone like me in there?
Yeah, the other way around, you know?
And then we're going to blame it on that lady if I get hurt.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
It's like either way, you know? Yeah. So I also had like, we went over this, but did you express gender non-conforming ways as a child? And I perceived if it was encouraged or resisted, and like you definitely talked about how your family encouraged you.
Yeah.
And you also dealt with resistance too, which seems, you know, pretty accurate. You know, people are going to do that no matter what happens. But let's move on to the next one. So you did come out to your family. See, we've already been answering all these questions. So you said you were in 8th grade, right?
Yes, when I came out, yeah.
8th grade. And what was the reaction? Support. Let's move on to the next one.
What about like kids at school?
Yeah.
Kids at school,
Was the worst of it in like junior high, I would imagine, and then it got better in high school?
Or like elementary school, I guess.
in junior high, it was, because since I came out in 6th grade, like with boobs and stuff, that kind of ruined my whole middle school reputation. But I kind of just just wanted to fit in at the time, because usually I'm just myself. And so like I did date girls, and I like a different girlfriend like every week, and it was I was
See,
like,
then that's different because like
because I didn't know how to like, you know, live how I wanted, since it's so conservative in my hometown. So I just tried, you know, maybe I
try everything out.
Yeah.
You know, why not? See what fits best.
Yep. And then high school came, and like they wouldn't let me on the dance team because a boy. I appeared as a woman in like for choir concerts or choir competitions. It's kind of weird because in a tux. Like it was weird for myself, like most of the time. Like,
You
what
had to
am
definitely
I?
pick your own battles.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I mean.
Well, it was kind of hard to like, cause I didn't really date in high school because I was different.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go to any school dances, because if I was gonna go to a school dance, I'd want to go in a dress, and
You would get questioned. Do you think? Obviously that.
It's kind of difficult. Like I got made fun of a lot, but it never really put me down because they're just words.
Amazing.
They're just words.
Yeah.
I like, and now to this very day, like there's
It's
guys.
also, it's very empowering. You're very empowering.
There's guys that used to make fun of me, and then like now they're just like, oh hey, what's up? You know.
Yeah.
Like we know who you are. Like you look beautiful now. It's like, well, thank you, but you're still a dick. Sorry.
Yeah. I remember you.
But they grew up. Like everyone just grew up, and that's what happens. Like you grow up and realize, you know, there is more to this world than just how you were raised.
Black and white, you know. There's a lot more gray. Yeah. So this is the next question. So have you or do you struggle with any kind of abuse? I mean, we talked about like the bathroom situation. You know, like it doesn't necessarily have to be physical, but I know like I'm sure you deal with emotional or even verbal type stuff. Like just even I mean, you're very pretty and like I don't know. I'm saying I'm sure like you do a good job, and like I don't know. I'm just wondering if that ever if you ever get called names or
like nowadays.
Yeah, or is that something more when you were like in high school? And
more in high school.
Kind of over that now.
Yeah. Then when I moved to Texas, like it was different, and it helped me realize more like how to be myself. And then like doing drag and everything, drag definitely has a big impact on how I am today, because it taught me how to be more like a woman, because drag is female illusion. Like, well, if I'm going to be an actual female, I gotta know this stuff. And so it definitely helped me a lot in how to like not take crap from anybody and
Yeah.
embrace who I am.
And you had a lot of role models too.
I just love who I am. They're like, I'm a dork, you know.
Yeah, you're just
I just
who
really
you are.
funny.
Yeah.
I just like I'm kind of like a peace bringer. Like I just want everyone to be happy and
Have a good time. It seems like.
like I've been through. There's so many obstacles that I've overcame, and they're scary obstacles.
Yeah.
But one thing is like my mom. We don't talk anymore, but my mom, she's always been really protective, and that's kind of one of my obstacles because I felt like she was holding me back. Because
Your mom was?
Yeah, because if I, like, I'm not gonna be single forever.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it's gonna be hard for someone to like me for me, and so I was like in this phase where, you know, I just said like, oh yeah, I'm a woman, and like I got put in bad situations. But then again, I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I meet a guy, like I tell my mom, and she's like, oh, well, does he know you're a man? And it's like, that's not something you ask, you know, right away. And so now that I'm older and I'm more educated on how to be transgender, I don't tell people or don't tell guys right away, because if I'm just getting to know them,
It doesn't mean you're gonna do anything.
exactly.
With them.
If
It's
I'm just
like
talking
they're
to
another person.
if I'm just talking to a guy, then I don't think
right off the bat, you have to
it's
be like
not
this.
I don't have to tell them like right away,
Yeah.
because I know some people will have different opinions about that, but to me, I don't think I need to. Like, we're just talking.
Yeah.
But the thing I really hate is when someone knows that I'm talking to someone and they know that I'm transgender and they go off and tell that person.
Oh, without you saying anything.
And like, to me, that is not okay, because it's just like if someone has an STD or something and you're a friend that knows they have an STD, it's like,
Similar.
it's your job to tell them.
Yeah.
It's no one else's
It's not
job.
like you're not going to, but like at the same time, like if you're just talking to someone and, you know, learning about them, why do you have to spit that out right up front, you know?
And like some transgenders, they have different views. Like,
Yeah.
most of the ones I know that have their bodies done and everything, they are like female escorts and stuff like that. I like to work hard for my money.
Yeah.
He knows that. But I like to work hard for my money, and I'm classy. I just think it's really disgusting how some transgender women can be, just to
The way
like,
they portray themselves. And
just to like do what they do to be more comfortable with themselves. It's like, I couldn't be comfortable with myself if I
if
did
you
that.
did that, yeah.
No.
Escorting and that sort of thing.
Do you think that escorting and stuff like that is more prevalent in the trans community, because it's hard to find, especially living in like a conservative city, finding like a job?
Not necessarily a job, because to me, I think most transgenders are really just lazy. Most of them are just lazy, and they're like, oh, I'm pretty, so I'm going to go post pictures of me online and do this. And because there's some freaks out there that like that stuff, but that's definitely not me. But I don't think, no, I never had a problem getting a job because of being who I am. Like,
That's cool. That's
if
awesome.
anything, I'll tell them, like, well, just so that you know, I'm transgender. I'm going to work for you, but I'm just saying, like, I got the job. Okay, here, by the way, I'm transgender.
Yeah.
If anything goes wrong, it's on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
So you're a very open book, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Because I know, like, some people, you know, they get pretty wary about it, and, you know, for, like, career opportunities, they'll hide it. And even when they've been working for someone for a long time. Ooh, there's a bug. What is that? Anyway, so that's cool that you're upfront and real. Because it would be kind
That's
of
why I've
hard
been
to
getting-
figure out, like, exactly the right move to make, and we live in a society that's just so judgmental, and, you know, a lot of people don't really understand what transgender or transsexual is, or the whole LGBTQQA, LMNOP,
LMNOP,
QRS.
QRS,
Yeah, so that's...
Z, and Y, and all those letters that shouldn't mean a goddamn thing, because we're all human.
Yeah,
And love is love.
yeah.
Just like hair is hair
Yep.
and eyeballs are eyeballs. They're
Yep.
all the same thing.
Exactly.
What's in my pants should not matter.
Mm-mm.
What's
Definitely
in here matters.
I
What's in the-
totally agree.
what's
In the
inside.
head and in the heart, right?
The outside should just be a bonus.
I know, shouldn't it?
That's how I see it. The outside
That's
should
a
just
cool
be a
way to
bonus.
look at it. I haven't looked at it like that. Okay, so I have one more question, and I know we've kind of gone over these, but you've definitely overcame all of this, you know, the way, just learning to be who you are, and it's taken, you know, years, and you've tried different things, but is there anything that in particular that stands out that really helped you pull through and really made you be able to be who you want to be, and, you know, that sort of thing?
Stands out. Like the one thing.
If there's one thing, and it could be a couple, I know, like, you have a good, you know, relationship with your family, or, you know, it could be role models, or it could be just the power in yourself, you know.
That would be it then.
The power in yourself,
Yeah.
just
My
wanting-
biggest inspiration would be myself, because I think about it every day, and I thank God too, because I'm kind of religious, but not that religious.
Yeah.
But I think it's not being like self-centered or
Yeah, I get
whatever.
what you mean.
It's just like
It's real.
it's
reality.
I'm my biggest inspiration, because there's so many people out there like myself that can't get to where I am. Like, I'm only 22.
Yeah.
And I'm overcame so much stuff, and so yeah, I would say, like, yeah, my biggest thing that keeps me going is myself, because I push myself to do harder and know what I'm capable of, and I'm all about learning, and
and
there's
change
always-
too. Like,
and there's always room for improvement, and that's like what I'm built on. It's like never to think like you're better than anybody else, and just love who you are.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Well,
Do you think? I have one last question.
okay.
Do you think that that people's attitudes, you know, are changing?
Because they met you.
It seems to me, and maybe it's just because the people who I choose to surround myself with, but it seems like people's attitudes are changing a lot. Just like probably 10 or 20 years ago, people's attitudes towards gay people changed.
Yeah, definitely. Nowadays, people are getting more basically educated on, you know, what kind of people there are out there. Like
Whether it's in a
myself,
college class.
whether it's in a college class,
or just
whether
meeting
it's in
people.
like, and there's like, what's really crazy, like there's even like little kids that are like 5 or like 7, and they're coming out saying, well, I'm transgender. It's like, you're 7, how do you even know what that means? It's like, in a couple
they
years,
know.
everyone's just gonna learn to just freaking love each other, and all the other idiots that
Yes.
are judgmental will die out, hopefully.
Yeah.
Become extinct.
It'll be
Become extinct.
evolution. Yeah.
But-
And I feel like from what you've been telling me too, that like you've changed the ways people perceive transgender, transsexual, you know, just from who you are and how real you are and how honest